Some stories are buried for decades. Some secrets weigh on a person's soul for a lifetime. But today, one woman is breaking her silence after 46 years. Bless her heart. And what she reveals is heartbreaking. This isn't just about her story, it's about how we treat young people when they make mistakes. And it's about judgment, shame, and scars that they leave behind. I need you to hear this. Watch this, and then let's talk about this.
This is going to be a deep one, and this is guidance over judgment. And I want to speak this message out to the youth. Not a lot of people pay attention to them, and they are our future. And I know when I was younger, I made a lot of mistakes. What about you? Have you made a lot of mistakes? We all have made a lot of mistakes, every single one of us. But the real question is, how do we handle those mistakes? Do we tear people down, or do we guide them to be better? I came across this story and it hit me hard. I was watching this last night in bed, almost in tears, because it hit home to me. It's a story of judgment, of pain, but also of strength. And it's something we need to talk about. Let's watch this video together and let's talk about this situation.
Okay, it's time for me to talk about it. I know I'm crying today, but that young girl in the church, the way she was treated was wrong. Let me give y'all a story. Irvin. Okay. Before Irvin, I have a son. Well, he passed. Rain Rico. And I couldn't tell nobody that I was pregnant because I was scared. I was 17 years old and in high school. So I finally told my mama. She accepted it. And back in the days, they would tell you when you getting pregnant without being married, the child is considered a bastard child, which is a hurting thing. And yes, I was in the holiness church as well. Went to church all the time with my auntie. We stayed in church. Saturdays, we packed the lunch, and that's where we stayed in church. So when I got pregnant with Irvin, I already made the mistake the way I felt with Rico. So
you can already see and just hear it in her voice, the pain that she is going through. Wow. I remember people when I was younger that were younger age had children, and everyone would beat down and look down on them.
So of course I can't tell that I'm pregnant again in high school with Irvin. So I hid it. And one night, I was so angry. I had to wear long, big shirts and different things to disguise myself because I didn't want to bring this so-called bastard child into my family, because that's what they call them. So I hid it. And my mama went to work one night, and I was sitting in my mama's den, I remember. And Rico went to sit on me, and my water bust, and my mama boyfriend was there, and I told him, I said, I wouldn't tell him I was pregnant. I said, could you take me to the hospital? I hadn't had no prenatal care because I couldn't tell nobody. So they took me to the hospital. He took me to the hospital. I knew I was delivering, and Irvin wasn't quite 7 months. So we got in went up to the nurse, and I told her, I said, I'm having a baby. I didn't even look pregnant because I was trying to hide it. So, and she says, no. I says, I'm having a baby. And she says, no. I says, yes, I am. I'm having a baby. And she says, well, what's going on? I said, I feel like I'm getting ready to push this baby out. So she looked, and she says, you're having a baby. And she put me in a wheelchair to get me upstairs, and I had Irvin in the elevator of the hospital. Okay, I could have broke Irvin's neck because I was sitting in the chair at the time I was having a baby. Then I had him early. The reason why I had him early because I was under so much stress because I couldn't tell my mama, I couldn't tell nobody that I was pregnant. And when I tell y'all, that haunts me to the day. See my face? That haunts me to the day. So, I'm going to tell you something, pastor, you so-called pastor. That what you said and did to that girl is wrong. Because When you said she couldn't have a baby shower, and she was so evil from having a baby, I guess, that's going to hunt that girl the rest of her life. And to the girl, hold your head up, sweetheart. Get you a good education. Take care of yourself and take care of your baby. Because I'm going to tell you something. Don't end up like me and regret what I did for the rest of my life because I kept it secret. And I want all young girls to understand, when you're pregnant, talk about it. Because the same people who talking about you and putting you down, if they're not lifting you up now, they're not going to lift you up as you go. And I just want to say, shame on you, Pastor. Pastor, shame on you. Shame on you.
Wow, that is so deep. That right there is just deep. Imagine you being a young girl, scared, unsafe, already dealing with the weight of your decisions, only to have people around you making it even heavier, just heavier for her. The church should be a place of love and guidance and second chances, but instead, she was met with shame. I've seen it over and over again. I've witnessed this in my lifetime, and still to this day, it's still going on. And that's a problem. That's a problem. We got to stop condemning people and start leading them. Young people will make mistakes. Every single person that's over the age of 30 has made a mistake. We all make mistakes. We all did it. But when we turn our backs on them and when we shame them instead of support them, we don't help them. We just push them further down the road. And you wonder why some people end up on drugs, unstable, doing crazy stuff, don't care about whatever, committing all kinds of crime, because there was never a person there to say, it's okay, we're going to get through it. Tell you what, I know there's a lot of young people that watch my channel, and I love all of y'all. When I say I love all of y'all, I mean all of y'all. If we really want to make a difference, we need to mold the next generation with wisdom, with love and understanding, instead of tearing them down. Let's be the ones lifting them up, because you know what? They're already suffering. They're in a world right now that's really tough. It's a tough world, folks. So to anyone out there struggling with judgment, hold your head up. Hold your head up proud. Your past does not define you, ever. And to those in leadership, remember this. Your words matter and they carry weight. Use them to build and not break a person. This is one of those videos that I'm making, not for me, it's for those out there who are seeking help right now because they're in a struggle. I mean, she took forever to tell her parents or whoever it was to go and take him to the hospital. I remember getting my first ticket on a motorcycle when I was 14 years old. I got on my cousin's motorcycle and I rode that thing. I ran from the cops. I was scared. I didn't have a license. I was just riding and I was speeding, I guess. I didn't know speed limit, but I know how to ride it. And I got a ticket and the cop was laughing at me. And I didn't tell my mom until the last day. I said, I got a ticket due tomorrow. And she's like, what? Did I get in trouble for that? She didn't do me too bad. She said, boy, this is the law. Don't ever be afraid to come and tell me anything. But she did say, if you ever go to jail, I ain't going to get you out. That's why I was always a good kid. I'm not playing. My mom was tough. I love my mama. But this poor lady right here, she had to live with it. She said, this is a secret I've held on for 46 years. Can you imagine holding on for that long, that burden inside your, like, I can't imagine that. We've got to do better as people. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. This just saddens me to see her break down like this. And it's good now because she has just released 46 years of pressure out of her life. And I know pastors back in the day, and I'm not condemning the church. I love church. I love the Lord. But I know there are some churches that will say, sinner, this and that. When I was in the 12th grade, I only had 2 classes I went to, and one was English. And people would hate to go to Mr. Johnson's class because Mr. Johnson was nothing but, he taught nothing but preaching. And we would be, I mean, we're at our desk and we're just like, think about this. We're in high school. Like, what do we do wrong? We're trying to figure out if we done anything wrong on campus before we even started the class. And he would come by. It was silence in his room. No one wanted that teacher. I didn't care because I was in the church all day long, and I know my mom knew him, and she told me he's going to teach kind of different because my sisters had him. He would come in there. He would slam a book down. Boom, sinners. He'll point at all of us. It was crazy, man. And some of these little kids, some of my white friends, bless their heart. You know, they go to church, hey, man, you know. But black folks, they do church different. And then Mr. Johnson was a black preacher. And he would be pointing, he would be with these, you know, talking these Bible verses, spitting them out, and people are like, huh? It was crazy. It was a circus. It was a circus. He probably turned people off from going to church. I guarantee you he did. And he had probably a bad class before us because we was always the good class. And I don't know. But sometimes pastors do crazy things, man. They do crazy things. Back in the day, they did. Anyway, if you know someone who's suffering, like I said, man, if you got to be the one to make the difference. We need to mold the next generation. There shouldn't be anyone walking around pregnant or having a problem and being afraid to tell anyone. We need to be seeking out these next generations because it's important for them to keep this world going. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, I'm Lemmy Moore. Thank you for joining us. Sometimes we get deep, but at the same time, I want to keep it positive. I see you out there. I know some of you moms, you single moms, been out there forever. You've been doing your thing. You've been kicked out of your home. You've been shamed, shunned, shaded on from family members, friends. But my hearts and my prayers go out to you. And you know you're probably in a better place right now because you've learned how to deal with it. But don't be too hard on everyone that you meet. I know it's hard to trust people. I know it's hard. But just start to believe. Let's help each and every one in this crazy world. Okay? All right, guys. Have a great one. I hope to see you in the next video.